Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real English with Mike and Lily. We're really happy to have you here again, learning English through real conversations. I'm Lily.
Hi, Lily. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike, and I'm here as always to practice my English with you.
Today, we're going to have a simple and natural conversation about everyday English in real life. Today, we're going to talk about today's topic. It's something very common in daily life.
Really? I think I do it every day, but maybe not very well.
Okay, that's a good start. So, Mike, be honest. How did you feel this morning when your alarm went off?
Honestly, terrible. I hit snooze like 3 times.
3 times? Wow. So you're not a morning person.
Not even a little bit. I actually feel tired all the time, not just in the morning.
Wait, all the time? Even after you sleep?
Yeah, that's the weird part. I sleep like 7 hours, but I still wake up feeling exhausted.
That's really common, actually. A lot of people say that. Can I ask, what's the first thing you do after you wake up?
I check my phone.
Right away? Before you even get out of bed?
Yeah, pretty much. I just lie there and scroll for a bit.
Okay, so here's a small correction. You said lie there, which is actually correct. Good job. A lot of learners say lay there by mistake. Lie is what you do. Lay needs an object, like lay the book on the table.
Oh, nice. I didn't even notice I said it right.
Aha, see, you're improving. Okay, so you check your phone first thing. Then what?
Then I finally get up, make some coffee, and rush to get ready.
Rush? So you're always in a hurry in the morning?
Always. I never have enough time. I grab my coffee. Sometimes I don't even eat breakfast.
Mike, skipping breakfast could actually be one reason you feel so drained.
Drained? What does that mean?
Drained means really, really tired, like all your energy is gone, like a battery with no power left.
Oh, that's exactly how I feel. Drained. I'm going to use that word.
Good, use it a few times today and it'll stick. So walk me through it. What time does your alarm actually go off?
Lickdien, but I don't get up until like 6:50.
20 minutes of snoozing.
Yeah, I know.
And what time do you go to bed?
Around midnight, usually.
Midnight? That's only 6.5 hours, not 7.
Oh, wait, you're right. I guess I was rounding up.
Rounding up. Your sleep. That's a good way to put it. Okay, but even if it were 7 hours, sleep quality matters too, not just the number.
What do you mean by quality?
Well, do you look at your phone right before bed?
Yeah, almost every night. I scroll until I fall asleep, basically.
That's a huge one. The light from the phone can mess with your sleep. It's called blue light, and it tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime.
Wait, seriously? My phone is messing with my brain?
Kind of, yeah. It's not the only reason, but it definitely doesn't help.
Okay, so that's problem number 1. Bad sleep because of my phone.
Exactly. Let's talk about your commute next. How do you get to work?
I take the bus. It's about 30 minutes.
And what do you do on the bus?
Honestly, I usually fall asleep for like 5 minutes, then wake up confused.
That's such a relatable moment. So many people do that.
Yeah, and then I get to work still feeling groggy.
Groggy. Nice word choice. That means you're still half asleep, kind of slow and confused.
Yeah, groggy is the perfect word for how I feel basically every morning.
Okay, so by the time you get to your desk, how's your energy?
Pretty low. I usually need coffee immediately.
How many coffees do you drink a day?
Probably 3, maybe 4 on a bad day.
4? Mike, that's a lot.
I know, but I need it to function.
Here's the thing, though. Too much coffee can actually backfire. It gives you energy for a bit, but then you crash even harder.
Crash? Like physically fall down?
No. Crash. Here means your energy suddenly drops, like a wave going way down after going way up.
Oh, that makes sense. I do feel that afternoon crash thing everyone talks about.
Tell me about it. What time does it usually happen?
Around 2 or 3 p.m., I get so sleepy I can barely focus.
That's incredibly common. A lot of that comes from lunch, too. What do you usually eat?
Something quick, like a sandwich or sometimes just chips from the vending machine.
Chips for lunch? Mike?
Don't judge me, I'm busy.
Ha, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Foods high in sugar or heavy carbs can spike your blood sugar and then drop it fast, which makes you feel even more tired afterward.
Wait, so the food I eat to feel better is actually making me more tired?
Exactly. It's kind of ironic, right?
Wow, okay, that's problem number 2 then. Bad lunch choices.
Right. Let's keep going. After lunch and that afternoon crash, what happens?
I usually just push through with more coffee, and then by the time I get home, I'm completely wiped out.
Wiped out. I love that expression. It basically means totally exhausted, no energy left at all.
Yeah, wiped out is exactly right. And here's the funny thing, even though I'm wiped out, I don't go to bed early.
Why not?
Because that's like my only free time. I want to watch something, relax, scroll on my phone.
I get that completely. It's called revenge bedtime procrastination, actually, when you stay up late on purpose because you feel like you didn't have enough time for yourself during the day.
Revenge bedtime what?
Revenge bedtime procrastination? It sounds funny, but it's a real thing. People delay sleep to get back some personal time, even though they know they'll be tired the next day.
Oh my gosh, that's literally me every single night.
Yeah, and it becomes this loop. You're tired because you didn't sleep enough, but you don't want to sleep because you feel like you didn't get enough you time.
That's such a good way to describe it. So how do people break that loop?
Well, one thing that helps is doing something relaxing earlier in the evening, so you don't feel like you need to stay up late to get your time back.
Like what, for example?
Some people read. Some people go for a short walk after dinner. Some just sit and chat with family instead of jumping straight to their phones.
Honestly, I don't really do any of that. I go straight from dinner to the couch to my phone.
Yeah, that's super common. But here's a small experiment you could try. What if, for just 3 nights, you put your phone away 30 minutes before bed?
30 minutes? That sounds hard, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. Nice. Very natural. It just means honestly.
Oh, cool. I say that a lot, actually.
It fits perfectly here. Okay, so 30 minutes without your phone. What would you do instead?
Maybe stretch? Or just lie in bed and think about my day.
That's actually a great start. Even just a few minutes of quiet time can help your brain slow down before sleep.
Okay, I'll try it tonight, actually.
Let's go back to exercise for a second, because that's another big piece of this. Do you exercise at all?
Not really. I used to go to the gym, but I stopped a few months ago.
Why did you stop?
Honestly, because I was too tired after work.
Ha, that's such an interesting cycle. You're too tired to exercise, but not exercising might actually be making you more tired.
Wait, really? I thought exercise would make me more tired, not less.
It seems that way, but actually, regular movement gives your body more energy overall. Even a short walk can wake you up more than a nap sometimes.
That's surprising. I always thought resting more was the answer.
Rest matters too, don't get me wrong, but too much sitting all day, especially if your job is at a desk, can actually make you feel more sluggish.
Sluggish? That's a new one for me.
It basically means slow and low energy, like you're moving through mud.
That's such a good image. Sluggish. Okay, I like that word.
So now we have 3 problems, right? Let's recap quickly. Bad sleep because of your phone, poor lunch choices that crash your energy and not moving enough during the day.
Wow, when you list it like that, it's kind of obvious why I'm exhausted all the time.
Right? It's not really one big thing, it's a bunch of small habits stacking up.
That actually makes me feel a little better, honestly. I thought something was seriously wrong with me.
No, no. This is incredibly normal. Almost everyone I know deals with at least one of these.
Can I tell you something kind of embarrassing?
Of course, go ahead.
Last week, I actually fell asleep during a meeting. Like, my eyes just closed for a second.
No way! Did anyone notice?
I think my coworker did, because she nudged me under the table.
Ha! That's both funny and a little concerning. That's a pretty clear sign your body needs something to change.
Yeah, I panicked so much. I was so embarrassed.
I bet. Okay, can I share something too? I actually went through something similar a couple of years ago.
Oh, really? You seem so full of energy, though.
Thank you, but it wasn't always like this. I used to work late, skip meals, and drink way too much coffee too.
Wait, seriously? What changed?
I started paying attention to small things. Going to bed at the same time every night, eating actual meals instead of snacks, and taking short walks during lunch instead of sitting the whole time.
Did it actually make a difference?
Honestly, yes, a huge one. Within like 2 weeks, I felt noticeably less tired during the day.
2 weeks? That's not even that long.
Exactly. That's the encouraging part. Small changes don't take forever to show results.
Okay, now I'm actually motivated to try some of this.
That's great to hear. Let's talk evenings a bit more, actually, because that's such a key piece.
Sure, what do you want to know?
What time do you usually eat dinner?
Pretty late, honestly, like 9 p.m. sometimes.
9 p.m.? And you go to bed around midnight?
Yeah.
Eating that close to bedtime can actually mess with your sleep, too. Your body is busy digesting instead of resting.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
It's a small thing, but it adds up with everything else we talked about.
This is starting to feel like a lot of small things, not one big fix.
Exactly. And that's actually good news, because small things are easier to change than one giant lifestyle overhaul.
That's true. Okay, here's a question though. What if I try all this and I'm still tired?
That's a fair question. If you make these changes and you're still exhausted all the time, it might be worth talking to a doctor, just to rule out anything else going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I never really thought about asking a doctor. I just assumed I was lazy.
No, you're not lazy at all, Mike. Feeling exhausted constantly isn't really about laziness. It's usually about habits, and sometimes it's about health, and those are two very different things.
That actually means a lot. Thanks.
Of course. Actually, can I ask you something else? What about weekends? Are you tired then too, or is it just weekdays?
Honestly, weekends are almost worse.
Wait, worse? How does that work?
Because I sleep in so late, like until noon sometimes, and then I feel even more groggy than usual.
Oh, that's a classic pattern, actually. It's sometimes called social jet lag.
Social what?
Social jet lag, it's when your sleep schedule on weekends is so different from your weekdays that your body basically feels like it traveled to another time zone, even though you didn't go anywhere.
That's such a strange idea, but it actually explains a lot. I always feel weirdly off on Mondays.
Right. Sunday scaries plus social jet lag. That's a rough combination.
Wait, what are Sunday scaries?
Oh, that's a native expression. It's that anxious, dreading feeling people get on Sunday evening, thinking about work starting again the next day.
Oh my gosh, yes, I get that every single week. My stomach just drops around 7 p.m. on Sundays.
Ha, my stomach drops. That's a great way to describe it. Very natural.
So basically, my weekend sleep schedule is working against me too?
Kind of, yeah. If you sleep in until noon on Saturday and Sunday, then try to wake up at 6:30 on Monday, your body doesn't adjust well. It's a bit of a shock.
So what should I do instead? Just never sleep in?
Not never, but maybe try to keep your wake-up time within an hour or two of your weekday schedule. So instead of noon, maybe 8 or 9.
That sounds doable, actually. Not as extreme as I thought it would be.
Exactly. Small adjustments again, not some drastic overhaul.
Okay, I want to ask about something else too. What about naps? Are naps good or bad?
Great question. It really depends on how you nap.
What do you mean?
Well, a short nap, like 15 to 20 minutes, can actually boost your energy without messing up your nighttime sleep.
Okay, and a bad nap?
A bad nap is like a 2-hour nap on the couch after work, where you wake up even more confused and groggy, and then you can't fall asleep until 2 a.m.
Oh no, that's literally happened to me before. I napped for like 3 hours once and felt awful afterward.
3 hours isn't a nap anymore, Mike. That's basically a second night's sleep.
True. Okay, so short naps, good. Long naps, bad.
Pretty much, yeah. If you need one, set an alarm for 20 minutes and stick to it.
Got it. I'm actually taking mental notes here.
I can tell. This is great. Okay, one more area I want to touch on. Stress. Do you think stress plays a role in how tired you feel?
Definitely. When work gets busy, I feel exhausted even if I technically slept fine.
Yeah, that's incredibly common too. Stress uses up mental energy even when your body is physically rested.
So it's not just physical tiredness, it's like mental tiredness too.
Exactly, and a lot of people confuse the two. They think, I slept 8 hours, why am I still exhausted? But the exhaustion is coming from their mind, not their body.
Wow, that's kind of eye-opening actually.
Eye-opening, nice. That means something that helps you realize or understand something new.
Yeah, this whole conversation has honestly been pretty eye-opening for me.
I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, let's do a quick recap before we wrap up. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So today we talked about why people feel tired all the time, even after sleeping. We covered phone use before bed messing with sleep quality, skipping breakfast, and eating heavy lunches that cause an energy crash, not moving enough during the day, and eating dinner too close to bedtime.
And don't forget the revenge bedtime thing. That one hit me hard.
Right? Revenge bedtime procrastination, staying up late just to get some personal time back.
So many of these are just tiny habits, not some huge mystery.
Exactly, and honestly, that's kind of freeing, right? You can change tiny habits.
Yeah, definitely more than I expected going into this conversation.
All right, before we finish, let's go over a few useful expressions from today. First, drained, feeling completely out of energy. Second, wiped out, extremely tired, exhausted. Third, not gonna lie, a casual way to say honestly. And a bonus one, social jet lag, when your weekend sleep schedule throws off your whole week.
And my personal takeaway is put my phone away 30 minutes before bed. That's my homework for tonight.
I love that. Small step, real impact. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Keep practicing a little English every day.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Real English with Mike and Lily.